Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the morning routine. It's Thursday morning, October the 5th, 2017. This is episode number 189, and I'm so glad that you guys are here this morning. Again, this morning, iOS 11 is giving my Facebook Live feed grief. It's the craziest thing. So for everybody on YouTube and on the podcast, things are moving smoothly. Everything is on schedule. But for those who are tuning in on Facebook Live, every morning I have to try 3 or 4 times to get on to Facebook Live because the new iOS 11 upgrade is just not friendly. So I apologize, and we're here. So things are great. So it's Thursday. Looking outside the window there, the pond is still covered with the United Nations of ducks. They're having a major meeting out there on the, maybe they're planning the route of migration. I'm not sure what it is, but there is, I don't know, there had to be over 100 at least out there this morning, and they're squawking away and everything, and they're watching the sunrise, which is not about yet, but it's starting to get light outside. So, yep, it's that time of year. A little dark in the morning, right? Instead of getting up and the sun's already up, but soon, I don't know when the time changes. Does anybody know? I'm not sure when that happens. I can never keep track. It's in November sometime, isn't it? Or it used to be in October, and then they push it to November, right? For energy efficiency or something? I don't know. Something like that, but I got my High School Musical cup bits back for a good cup of Joe this morning. So anyways, Wednesday was a great day. Got some work done as usual, right? Like all of us, we go to work, we get some things done, and then we're hanging out with a whole bunch of students last night at our student program, which I absolutely love, filled with energy, great kids. Good morning, Dad. How are you? And so that was a great night. And of course, we have a team of people that work together for the guest services team is what we call. And we kind of help run the event from the outside. You know what I mean? Like just make sure that the students are safe and that we're greeting them and all the different things that go involved in keeping a nice, clean, safe environment so that nobody else has to worry about it. And I got to tell you, we have so much fun. It is absolutely ridiculous. Every week, it's like we're talking about so many different random things. I'll tell you how random it is. Last night we were talking. One of the ladies there who helps with checking in and greeting students, her name is Debbie, and we're talking, and she's talking about a concert that she went to once of Stevie B. And I'm like, what? Stevie B? And she's like, I didn't think anybody knew that. Stevie B is amazing. And right now, most of who is on the morning routine right now has no idea who Stevie B is. But I was a huge fan of Stevie B, and she actually got to go to a concert. That's how random we get into conversations. It's a great time. But anyway, so on we go. I've got some stories curated for you today. 2 of them are little history lessons, which is, I like history and where things have come from. And so I have 2 of those, and then one just kind of a bullet point of a news event per se. So let's jump right in. Let's get into one of the history lessons. One, we're going to talk today about the history of the Skort. Yes, I did say that. The Skort. S-K-O-R-T, which is a very weird word when you think about it. But the Skort. How the Skort went from rebellious garment to a athleisure piece of clothing. So, the first skirts were actually referred to as trouser skirts. Yes, trouser skirts. In the 1890s, bicycling rose from mere spectacle to sport, and then a very trendy one. On these new and improved bicycles, a woman could independently move about, a fact that both perplexed and horrified males and women alike, who couldn't fathom why early feminists like Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Stanton were so enamored with speeding around on 2 wheels. The trouser pants that biking demanded of women made for a stunning statement of independence. It was very forward, and it was only worn as an athletic attire, not as street clothing. So the Skort was created out of necessity. Good morning, Dolores. Out of necessity for the rise of the bicycling people who wanted to be on bikes. And at the same time, this is amazing to me, that both women on bikes and women who were wearing skirts were very forward thinking. They were what you would call liberals. Oh, those liberals on those bicycles wearing those Skorts, driving all around. Where do they need to go so fast? I love it. Isn't that amazing? I don't know. I think it's amazing. Then later on, dancing brought the masculine straddling skort to the mainstream. Victorian era fro gowns were an impediment and basically useless in dancing. That freedom of movement that the skort brought, combined with flapper era trendiness, was enough to get upper crust females to don pants under their skirts. The skort's rise also shadowed the rise of synthetic fabrics like rayon, which had just been invented. It made mass production possible for women. Previously, women's fashion was very much tailor-driven, but the skort was an off-the-rack purchase for going dancing and could be produced cheaply thanks to man-made fibers. And that is a brief history of the skort. Now, if you want to have a full history, go to the show notes, freedomconvo.com, click on the morning show thing. In today's episode, it's already on there, and you can see the article on the skort, and it's a lengthy article. I just shared a very, very brief part of it. It's very interesting read. So that is the history of the skort. So a little news update. Brigham Young University, which is out in Utah. It's a Mormon-owned church, Brigham Young University, okay? Very good college, has a great education. They have now just ended a 6-decade ban on caffeinated soda. Yes, caffeinated soda. The university never banned having caffeinated drinks on campus, but they banned the sale of caffeinated beverages on campus. Sales of highly caffeinated energy drinks are still banned. The university decided in the mid-1950s that no caffeinated beverages would be sold on campus. Caffeinated soft drinks will now be sold on campus and sold at sporting events for their teams. The Utah-based Mormon religion directs its nearly 16 million worldwide members to avoid alcohol and hot beverages such as coffee and tea as part of an 1833 revelation from Mormon founder Joseph Smith. And so now they have repealed the ban of caffeinated soda on college campus. Can you even imagine a college campus with no caffeinated beverages for sale on it? I mean, with all the finals and the studying and, oh my gosh, like how do you even do it? They had to be importing it from a neighboring college or something even to get through. But that's amazing. That's a big step for that college. So, and now one more story for you before we move on. This is a lengthy read. I suggest you go to the morning show and read this. The title of the article is How Books Designed for Soldiers' Pockets Changed Publishing Forever. Another great story of where things came from historically. I mean, this is fascinating. In early June 1944, tens of thousands of American troops prepared to storm the beaches of Normandy, France. As they lined up to board the invasion barges, each was issued something less practical than a weapon, but equally precious: a slim, postcard-sized, softcover book. Between 1943 and 1947, the United States military sent 123 million copies of over 1,000 titles to troops serving overseas. These books improved soldiers' lives, offering them entertainment and comfort during long deployments. By the time the war ended, they'd also transformed the publishing industry, turning the cheap, lowly paperback into an all-American symbol of democracy and practicality. Yes, the U.S. in the early 20th century, paperbacks were a hard sell. Nobody would buy paperback books. Without a mass market distribution model in place, it was difficult to make money selling inexpensive books. Booksellers preferred to stock their shops with sturdier, better-looking hardbacks for which they could charge more money. It was a profit thing. They didn't want to handle the paperback. It was a cheap thing. Another demographic arose that had a particular use for low-cost portable books. That was the American soldiers. Books were an import source of troop morale, and that's why they started mass producing them, and they took off. Now, they made two sizes. This is interesting, too. Because of the varying sizes of printing presses, two types of paperback books resulted. A smaller one, about the size of a shape of a postcard, which could fit in the breast pocket, and then a larger one that was 6.5 by 4.5 inches that would fit in the pants pocket. And those are the two standard sizes of paperbacks that were pushed out. And by the time they came back for more, there were so many millions of them, and they were so used to reading paperbacks that became more of a standard than it was an exception of the rule. Fascinating. I'm telling you. A lot of great information on that article in the show links if you want to learn more about it. Very, very cool. So let's move on over, guys. Let's see what's trending. The top 10 most searched things yesterday on Google were, number 1, Pixel 2. Number 2, Colorado Rockies. Number 3, the MLB playoffs. Number 4, Hurricane Nate. Wait, let's go back to the MLB playoffs just for a moment. So I'm not big on a baseball fan. I'll watch the World Series. That's about it. But about 3 months ago, we had a guest at our Wednesday night student ministry, like what we had last night at our student ministry program, and it was Ben Heller. Ben Heller is a pitcher, and he was for the farm team of the New York Yankees. He had moved up to the Yankees and then come back down, and he's now back up on the Yankees team. And I have to tell you that after having a conversation with Ben and his wife, and as they shared their story with 150 or 160 students that night, and then I got to talk to them afterwards and have a conversation, I am now a baseball fan only for the fact that the Yankees are playing, and I met him, and he and his wife are two very nice people, and now I'm interested in their success. So if the Yankees get knocked out, then that ends my interest in baseball this season again. So, but anyways, number 4 on the Google most searched list, Hurricane Nate. Number 5 is Cam Newton, the football player. Number 6, Rex Tillerson. Number 7, Battlefront 2 beta video game. Number 8, Mark Sailing. Number 9, Tim Murphy. And number 10, the National Hurricane Center. Those are the top 10 most searched things on Google as of yesterday. So let's go on over and see what's trending on our news this morning. Top of the list of the trending news stories, the United States Army. 3 American soldiers were killed in Niger in a suspected ambush. Next, we have Levittown, Pennsylvania. New Jersey dad arrested after allegedly stealing from Walmart, abandoning dying son in car crash. Next, we have Texas A&M. All 5 living ex-presidents will attend hurricane relief concert at Texas A&M. That's kind of cool. Then we have Timothy Murphy. Pro-life congressman reportedly urges mistress to get an abortion. Then we have Theresa May. The internet has jokes about Theresa May's frequently interrupted speech. Then we have Cam Newton. Cam Newton says it's funny hearing female reporter talk about routes. Wonder how far that'll go. Yikes. They're going to eat him alive. Equifax. IRS. New Equifax contract, a stopgap as we switch vendors, says the IRS. And that is, one last story. Applebee's. Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar offering $1 margaritas every day. I don't know what that means. Every day I. It doesn't specify here. Every day I. We have to look in this. Every day. Applebee's is offering $1 margaritas throughout the month of October. Oh, okay. There you go. So that's the trending news for today, guys. Let's go on over. Let's get ourselves a passage of wisdom this morning to get this day started off the best way possible. Today is a passage of a very simple passage. Very simple passage. But is a passage of encouragement. For anybody right now, there's a lot of crazy things going on out there right now, between the shootings, between the hurricanes, between whatever, and stuff, normal life, right? Whether it's sickness, whether it's whatever it is, okay? This is a passage of encouragement for us. Today we're going to read Psalm 40, verse 1. I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. Again, I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. Guys, this is a very encouraging passage, just as true as the sun will rise every morning without fail. The Lord will hear your cry without fail as well. You just have to be patient, and he'll hear you. And there's a lot of things going on right now, like we said, in this world. And we all look for an ear and somebody to lean on that won't fail, that's unwavering in strength, that's unwavering in power, that's unwavering in comfort. And that for sure can be found in only one place. And you and I and all of us, we all can agree on that. We've all tried to find it other places, and we've seen where that goes, right? We've all been let down by the things that we thought would bring comfort. There's only one place that true comfort can be brought from. Whether we want to try to deny it or not, it's just a reality like the sun will rise. And that is the Lord. And if you wait patiently for the Lord, he will turn to you and hear your cry, and comfort will come after that. Lean on him, guys. It's the only place to get the strength that we all need. Let's pray. Let's get this day started. Father, good morning. Father, thank you for today, this Thursday. This Thursday, October the 5th, 2017, this one and only day just like it. It's unique. We're starting it out, or maybe for some we're in the middle of it, or maybe for some we're in the end of it, and we're looking back on it. But as long as we're still awake and we're listening to this, there's still time to make this day count. Whether it's a moment of encouragement to somebody, whether it's a moment of challenging ourselves to overcome something that's holding us back, whether it's a moment for us to take this passage of wisdom you gave us this morning and to truly call out your name and lean on you and trust that you'll be there for us. That can be a big step for us at times, Father. We thank you for your love and the grace that you have given us for free, even when we least deserve it. Be with us today as we go about our day through our workplace and as we interact with friends and family. Help us to be a light, to be a joy giver, to be somebody where people can look and say, wow, he must know or she must know something that I don't know yet. They must have found the peace that I'm looking for. Help us be that person to bring that light into other people's lives so that they too can have peace. Protect us as we go through our day. We love you. Amen. And that, my friends, is a wrap. So glad you guys were here this morning on this Thursday. I hope you have a marvelous day today. And until tomorrow morning when we get together once again on Friday morning, don't forget that today you can be exactly who you were meant to be. I love you guys. Have a great day.